Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the Model Y and why it's not for everyone. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Yes, the Model Y is Tesla's new hot car, and crossovers in general are a pretty popular car segment. Consumer Reports in 2018 reported that about 40% of cars bought in the US were crossovers. While it makes sense that they're super popular because it's kind of a family car, there's more room for the kids and more rooms for the dogs in the back, and crossovers a lot of times have 7-seat configurations like the Model Y coming probably in 2021 if you want to be smashed in the back and have basically no trunk space. You also get decent gas mileage, or in our case, decent efficiency compared to compact and full-size cars. And in Tesla's case, you get the latest and greatest tech, which in this case would finally be that power liftgate trunk and the touted heat pump that everyone is talking about. And something new that I just learned about is the radar heater as well. So that's something new that the Model 3 does not have also. But at the end of the day, a car is a car. Now, in Tesla's case, they're kind of in a unique situation because they are considered a battery/tech company, but at the end of the day, they are still a car manufacturer as well. I think it's pretty well known that if you talk to any wealth expert, they're going to tell you that buying a car doesn't matter either new or used is not a very good idea because of the financial burden and because cars are considered depreciating assets, which basically means they're a big fat expense. But we all need transportation, whether you like it or not. Well, maybe not in this current economic state, but you know what I mean. So will I be buying a Model Y right this second? Not quite. And here's why. So basically it's just me and my wife right now. We've got 2 dogs, and so I've got my Model 3. She has a Civic. That's plenty of room for us to put the dogs in the back. If we have more stuff we gotta carry, we can put it in the trunk. So the need for Model Y right now for us is not there. Currently, I'm also still paying off my Model 3, which I bought at the end of 2018, and so it would be really bad to have, at least in my opinion, to have 2 car payments simultaneously. So that's another reason why we don't need a Model Y right now and why I don't want to get one. And also, as I've mentioned in other videos, I like to ROI the crap out of my cars, so I'm planning to keep my Model 3 for at least 10 years, probably even longer than that, with how far, these Teslas can go with the batteries and how well built they are. So that car is not going anywhere for a while. So could we afford to buy a Model Y right now? Yeah, we could, but it just doesn't make sense. So here are some more reasons why it doesn't make sense. Like I said earlier, I would get really stressed out if I had to look at 2 car payments every month, just because that's a lot of money that's going to depreciating assets that are going to be worth a whole lot of nothing sooner than later. Once we have kids, that's going to be a totally different story, and we're definitely going to need the extra space. So at that point, we'll probably sell or trade in her Civic and get a crossover for that extra room. I know Tesla is a tech company, and everyone wants the latest and greatest, like this power liftgate, the heat pump, this heat radar, but these are not, Android and iPhones, where they're like $1,000 or a little bit less a pop, and you can get them like every year or every couple years. That's not as much money. It's not even close to as much money as a $50K car. So we're talking about a lot of money to get the latest and greatest compared to not very much in new smartphones every year. The cheapest Model Y available right now is a long-range all-wheel, which is $53K before taxes and all that stuff. So you're probably looking at about $55, $56 with your taxes and all, and destination and all that stuff. Now and there's no federal rebate. So maybe you still have a state rebate or other incentives. So if you're lucky, you might be able to get it out the door for $53K, but that's still a lot of money. And I know that there is the standard range rear wheel that's coming out in 2021 that's supposed to be $40K, but come on, really? If this is going to be your family car, I don't think it just doesn't really make sense to have a car that has 230 miles of range and only rear wheel drive, because this is the car you're probably going to be taking on family trips. Maybe you're going to go to the snow or something like that where you need more traction. So standard range and just rear-wheel drive for a family car doesn't really make a lot of sense. So if I were to buy a Model Y in a couple years when we need that extra space, I am definitely getting long range and all-wheel drive. So I've mentioned in other videos that my Model 3 is a mid-range, and I think that's probably the one thing I regret about buying my Model 3 is I didn't get a long range, because every once in a while, especially on weekends, I could use that extra range. So if we were to get a Model Y later, I'm definitely going to get a long range, and we're going to need the all-wheel drive just in case we go to the snow or something like that where we need that extra traction. Now I could sell or trade in my Model 3 to get the Model Y, but that's just a really bad financial decision because one, you're going to start the clock over on your loan, and two, you're going to lose a ton of depreciation. Because when you buy cars, once you drive them straight off the lot, you're going to lose a ton of money just because it's not worth as much. Now, reports have been showing that Teslas do hold their value better than other car brands, but still, it's a dumb decision and you're still going to lose a bunch of money by trading in basically a pretty new car or a couple-year-old car to get a newer car. But if you have the disposable income, by all means, go for it. I'm just not going to do that. I think that's a dumb decision, and I would rather put my money or invest my money somewhere else where I can get a way better return on it. So this is why we're not going to buy a Model Y right this second. Maybe in the future it'll make more sense, but it just doesn't make sense at this point and where we are in life. So as I've mentioned, and you've probably seen all the new goodies on the Model Y, does that make you want to get one right now, or are you going to stand pat and hold out for a while? I did do a Twitter poll a little while ago, and it was almost 50-50, so where do you guys stand in that poll? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.